Mercedes will know the type of car probably 5 years in advance.
Meet Dr. David Gordon, a marketing maestro who has navigated the corporate corridors of industry giants like SAP PLC, Pegasus PLC, and IBM for over 15 years. From spearheading global strategies to driving sales across diverse sectors manufacturing, retail, telco, security, and public services, David's experience is vast and varied. Not stopping there, he ventured into entrepreneurship, launching successful businesses in fashion and entertainment, embodying the spirit of small business innovation.
Hi, my name's Dr. David Gordon. I'm an Associate Professor of Marketing. I want to talk about one of the core pillars of marketing that we teach at ATMS University. The education will be from people from a commercial past that are also academics. So one of the core pillars is what they call the 7 Ps of marketing: product, price, place, promotion, people, process, physical evidence. Every single campaign that I've been involved in my commercial career and in my teaching has involved these 7 Ps of marketing. So if you think about Mercedes will know the type of car probably 5 years in advance, the type of car, the sort of model, the trends that are happening. They'll be social listening, they'll be scraping the web with all the different myriad tools of what people's preferences are. They'll go to all the motor shows. The brand directors, the brand managers, the product managers, they'll assimilate all of that knowledge, and they'll put these into designs. So they'll know the colours, the shapes, the engines. So you've got your product. What about your price? Depending on whether it's an E-Class or an S-Class or a particularly fast sporting model, they'll know the price that relates to that. Or is it an entry-level car, the sort of thing that's for young mums, for young people, first driver's car, that still want to get onto the Mercedes ladder? So you've got your product and you know your price. What about place? Where are you going to sell it? Yes, in Mercedes showrooms. What about in other car showrooms? What about online? What about in the used market? Is there a potential there? So you've got your product, your price, you know your place. How are you going to promote it? If it's to young people, got to be social media. It's got to be on TikTok, on Instagram, on Snapchat, other different social media platforms. If it's maybe a C-Class, E-Class, S-Class, other models around that range, it'll be on different sorts of social media. So potentially discussion groups on LinkedIn, yes, on Facebook, possibly other social media channels. As well as advertising on television, possibly radio, maybe cinema, but cinema to maybe films of a slightly older age group. So you've got your product, you know your price, you know where you're going to sell it, you know how you're going to promote it. What about the services 3 Ps? People, process, physical evidence. So the sort of person, when you go and buy a car, you want the person to look like they know about the cars. You want them to be smart, maybe not too smart. Or maybe if you're spending over 100,000 on a car, you need them to look smart. You want them to look like you, real professional, real knowledgeable. As opposed to, if you're a young person buying a car, your very first car, you've taken a loan, maybe your parents have given you some money, you've saved up from work. Maybe you don't want a person looking too authoritative, too smartly dressed, not too casual. So the people, the P of people, really important in the marketing, 7 Ps of marketing. What about the process? How am I going to buy my car? What's the process of buying it? Is it that I buy it online? Is it that I have to take it for a test drive? I have to sit in it? What do I do? Do I give a deposit? Do I pay my money within a certain amount of time? I pay it over 3 years. So the actual process of buying that item, really important in the 7 Ps of marketing. And the last element, the physical evidence. So we live in a world with no paper in our pockets of paper receipts these days, but everything on our phone. But there are still different industries where we value that physical evidence, that something in our hands. Maybe for Mercedes cars, the owner's manual, the owner's book. It's that sort of thing. So the 7 P's of marketing: product, price, place, promotion, people, process, physical evidence. The sort of core fundamental elements of marketing that's taught at ATMS universities by people who've actually done it in context.